Hello, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Had to get everything running up on YouTube before we started the session. So welcome to an introduction to the Global Virtual Design Sprint. This is meant to be a live recording of what the Global Virtual Design Sprint is, what it's all about, why you should care, and if you're interested in getting involved, what your next step should be. My name is Robert Scrove. You can't see me on video because, trust me, I'm doing you a favor. Not ready really for video during this recording, but you'll be hearing my voice kind of going through the presentation you see on your screen and kind of walking you through different aspects of the Global Virtual Design Sprint to get you kind of up to speed with what it's all about. If you ever have any questions between now and the end of this presentation, if you are in the Zoom call right now, you can go ahead and use the Q&A to post your question, and we'll get to those after the presentation is done. If you're watching on YouTube, or in the future, if you watch this YouTube presentation, you can go ahead and post your question there, and I'll get to it as soon as I get notified by YouTube. So without further ado, let's get right into it, and let's get started. So the Global Virtual Design Sprint was originally created for practitioners that back around 2018 that were looking to practice design sprinting. Around that time, people were getting updated with master classes. They were reading the sprint book. They were maybe reading the design sprint book. And outside of their regular workplace, they were trying to figure out a way to practice, a way to get together and see, can we actually take what we've learned and studied and put it to practical use? My thought is that in the middle of 2018, after going through several design sprints, I kept thinking that this thing is eventually going to go online. It's eventually going to go remote, virtual. It's just only a matter of time. The technology's there. And I got a lot of pushback at the time because people liked face-to-face. Even the original authors of the book said, it's not really what we'd recommend, because that just wasn't what they were used to. Well, when we did our pilot back in November 2018, I was only anticipating one team getting involved, and it ended up being 6. And we had about 58 people sign up for this thing. So I knew there was some traction. What I wanted to do was basically take this and start doing more of them, and being able to have people have this online outlet to work with international teams to work on interesting problems. And the whole purpose of the GVDS is eventually evolved into something where it's about the people that get involved, and that it elevates people to their best professional selves, meaning that the whole purpose of the GVDS beyond learning virtual design sprints is to put people up on a pedestal to kind of showcase what they can do, but also to move the needle forward for them professionally. A lot of people that have gone through the GVDS have gone on to do great things by their own merit, but I'd like to think that this event has kind of showcased what their abilities are, and also challenge them to kind of think where they sit in terms of the scheme of things with their own talents, whether they're design, facilitation, coaching, what have you. So that's what the GVDS essentially is at its core. Now, who it's for has evolved over the past couple of years that we've been doing this. So now we're in our 3rd year. And the GVDS has been primarily catered towards facilitators, people that are interested in kind of leading a group through this process and related processes online. Then designers kind of fall into place because they're usually the bridge between the conceptual that goes on in the sessions and what actually gets produced for people to consume or consider. Researchers are pivotal for the process as well. If you know the design sprint process, that's pretty much hand and foot with that. And that researchers are responsible for kind of finding the right people to talk to for the prototype that you'll then eventually do in this process. They're also very valuable for finding subject matter experts to inform the team. And they usually work as co-facilitators to the regular facilitators. And then everyone else that has different disciplines that comes to the GVDS just depends on what they can contribute to the team. So it could be a developer, a full-time student, entrepreneurs are coming into the mix because we've added we had some new approaches to testing ideas in the market, which I'll get to a little bit later. But this event is unique in that it draws from a lot of different disciplines and brings a lot of people into the same space. And they all work on the same challenge or big idea that they're interested in, and bring their skill sets to the table to help out everyone that's involved. In terms of what do you get from participating? So if you're interested in kind of getting involved with this, what do you actually get out of it? And there's a lot of benefits all the way around. But the one thing I keep on hearing every time I do this is that people have the chance to work with people internationally, and it's a great networking opportunity. The event's very open with being able to connect with other professionals even if you don't work with them directly. We've stepped up our networking events prior to the actual event in May so that people get a chance to meet one another for the first time, check out their profiles, see if they want to work with them on the same team. So that's usually the main draw sometimes, well, I would say more often than not, of the events in the past. Also, we've been kind of beating the drum of the learn by doing approach. Yeah, I think it was unsaid at the very beginning, but now we're making it more declarative where you can take all the master classes you want, you can read all the books you want, you can bookmark all the articles that you're looking to do. But unless you actually go through the motions and do the work and experience what it is like to do a virtual design sprint, you're not going to really truly understand it. And I'll make the case in that people who take master classes tend to be very versed and aware of what a process is. But when it comes to actually doing the facilitation of an actual session, they're usually a deer in the headlights for the most part. Unless they've had prior experience and they take a master class, then maybe it helps them. But this event really does kind of define where the rubber hits the road. You are literally going to do a month-long endeavor for something of social good, or perhaps something that's really interesting to the team, and having an artifact at the end that hopefully everyone can be proud of and that you can take forward and use for yourself. The last thing I'll say is that this event is starting to steer more towards prototyping or testing your ideas in the marketplace cheaply, quickly, and effectively. There's going to be lessons inside this event that allow you to go through the process of testing the market before you actually do an involved design sprint. So that'll be something I'll cover a little bit later, but that's something new that's coming to the event that'll probably be more predominant as this event moves forward. Let's move back up here. So for GVDS 6, every time we do a new one, there's usually some new additions or some changes to the events that we've gotten requests from previous participants, or there's something novel that I've seen in the zeitgeist of design thinking, or even an innovation that I want to try out. And these were the top 4. So there's a new feature facilitator series for award-winning professionals. So what that means is that people that have done the GVDS before and know the system, know how to go about it, we're kind of putting them up front and spotlighting them so that they can put their small business in play. They can show you their unique approach to doing facilitation. So we're really showcasing what experienced facilitators in this space can do. We have an open innovation challenge right now where the deadline for submitting anything is March 15th. And by open, it's fairly open, but we have a theme now with it's living in a post-COVID world. So what are the challenges that people, organizations, companies are kind of dealing with that involve how the world's slowly opening back up as the pandemic is being dealt with effectively, more effectively than it has in the past. Like I mentioned before, we're doing a lot of networking events. We're probably going to be doing some things in Clubhouse really soon. I'm experimenting right now with a Clubhouse conference that I'm going to invite probably participants to try out so that they can have their hand in Clubhouse, but also showcase what they can do. And I'm just about done with the walkthrough learning series that's kind of listed here on the screen. So essentially, I'm not even sharing my screen. What the heck? Hang on. I've been talking and I don't even have my screen shared up. What the? Oh, you got to be kidding me. It's not even showing that. Wow. Wow. It's not even showing the right screen. I can't believe it. I've been going there all this time and it was green, then it turned white. So we got to do the desktop. All right, let's do desktop. See if this works. All right. And that's, my son's wondering why I'm laughing. Hang on. Okay. This is all gone sideways. So let's see. I'm going to bring all to the front. Yeah, it's not even showing it anymore. Wow. Okay. Right. So let's go and see if I can actually bring in the other window. Hey, God, a second. This is funny. This is the second week in a row where Zoom has just suddenly said, I'm not going to show what I want to show. I'm going to show exactly what I think I should show. Did it close it already? No. It's not even showing it. Wow. Okay. Hang on a minute, everybody. This is really strange. So, to give you some details, it looks like the the board that I was doing an introduction with decided to minimize itself in my tray and is not coming up at all. All right, let's try this again. There we go. How odd. Well, hopefully it came through in the live stream. I can't even tell now, but we're gonna have to just roll with it because there's nobody here. Well, no, there is people here. There's a lot of people here right now. Yeah, it basically decided to go in a different direction. All right, no problem, no problem. If you watch this in the future, you've just been entertained somewhat. Anyway, we're back and actually showing the right screen. I think nope, it's basically Zoom share. There we go. How strange. So now Zoom has updated itself so that when you switch windows, it stops sharing completely until you go back to the window and tell Zoom that you want to share again. That's amazing. And I just figured that out. Wow. All right. Anyway, so Cliff noted GVDS 6 is going to have an open innovation challenge that's open to the 15th. We're still taking in requests for those. We have the new feature facilitator series for people that want to check out some of our really elite facilitators that know how to do virtual design sprints. We're going to have more opportunities to network. We're going to be doing Clubhouse as well as like open meat butter events, I believe. And then the walkthrough series, I'm nearly done with, or just about done with. I'm going to start creating videos for that this month. And that should be available for everyone to learn about virtual design sprinting and to a certain extent, prototyping. In terms of the event schedule, it is throughout the month of May, but the amount of time that you'll spend for each week is going to be different. Usually the first week is about getting everybody on the same page and understanding what they're going to be doing. We usually use something called a team canvas to basically orient people with their teams to get to know one another. And then the second week is where you'll kind of set the stage for what you're going to be doing the third week. And by setting the stage, I mean you'll be talking to different people that know the space. You'll be doing a little bit of market research. You may even get into some analytics, but all the activities that you'll be doing the second week will be informing everything you do in week 3. And then week 3 is where the majority of the work is done, where you'll be going through a virtual design sprint with your team, walking through the motions, understanding the process, learning what to do. Excuse me. And the final week is saved for presentations. So if your team has produced something like a prototype or a prototype, and you want to showcase what your thinking is and how you approach the solution, that'll be the week to do it. We'll also announce our Spotlight Awards for people that they're peer-based kind of awards for people that want to nominate each other for their job well done or something that they've done that's really noteworthy. That usually does really well in terms of recommendations, which is what I wholeheartedly recommend team members do with each other, is that if they want to promote themselves, or not promote themselves, but if other people want to recommend their work, that's a perfect outlet for that if they want to do it on LinkedIn. And then for time commitment, overall for the month of May, it's anywhere from 40 to 45 hours. The majority of the work, again, like I said, is the week of May 27th. The other weeks are kind of casual, meaning that you usually find some time to get together. For the week 3, it's not like you're going to have to quit your job or to kind of isolate yourself from your family. We usually figure out what availability you have for that week and work with it rather than kind of conflict with it. So usually there's a bit of understanding of what's possible for each team member, and then we work with that. And then finally, with the cost of participation, our early bird pricing ended back in February. So now we're at the regular entry fee rate. There are going to be some events coming up where you have a discounted rate for partner events that we have. If you're somebody who's done the GVDS before, or as a referral from someone else, or you're a full-time student, then there's that price bracket that's listed there. For people that were award winners in past events, they get at a completely different price point just because they've already shown that they know how to do it. They're very recognized. They were very appreciated by their teammates. So this is a way of the event paying forward, and that we really, I would say, value those individuals to be part of the event again, to teach others what they know, and to continue with the idea that this is about sharing and learning from one another more so than me trying to make millions of dollars, which doesn't happen with this. This is primarily a work of love, would be a good phrase to say. One thing to know is that for some people that are hit pretty hard by the pandemic or they're financially in financial hardship, I usually have a payment a payment scheme where essentially you don't have to pay up front. You can participate in the GVDS, and that if you want to pay before the next one starts in September, you can do that. But this is that is offered to people that have any difficulty being able to meet the entry fee price. So if that's your situation, all you have to do is email me or contact me on LinkedIn, and we can work something out. Let's see here. The roster as of right now, this is a little misleading because there's actually more here. I just haven't updated the pictures themselves. But this will give you an idea of the depth and breadth of all the people that get involved with this event. They range anywhere from product designers to leaders of the company. There's people that are small business owners that are informational designers. There are people who are directors of UX. I mean, it spans the gamut. You can basically look at everyone's profile here. They're all available on LinkedIn if you want to find out more about them. We also have a community of practice where a lot of the people that you saw previously are also in this as well. These are people that were in previous GVDSs that are involved with some of the events that we put on. They also get together every so often for networking, and I think we have one coming up this week on Friday. And then if you want to learn more about the GVDS, for anybody that wants the link to the mural, there's plenty of resources that point to all the different things that we've done in the past. There are even examples of murals that we've done for GVDS 5. These will probably be updated for 6. And that's pretty much all the information I've got about the event. The Q&A in the past that we've had with previous presentations is when, and how do we submit challenges? And that's already been addressed because we're now taking challenges. Will be available in February. You have until March 15th to submit a challenge. Put that in there as a footnote. Are these courses certified? So to clarify, this is not a class. This is not a master class or a series of courses. We do have a learning course, but this is basically an opportunity for you to work with an international team. So we do give badges out to people that are award winners, but we don't give certifications. I'm personally, for me, I don't know. There's hardly, I would say there's very few certifications that I put any trust in or that have some validity to. But that's just me. That's why I don't have the philosophy of giving away certifications, because they tend to be misleading. Do you use Miro or both? We support both platforms. The templates are in Mural, but if people want to come to the table with Miro templates, we can do that too. There may be the possibility that we create both. It just depends on what my timeframes look like and what I can devote to getting those things done. What exactly is a GVDS referral? That's for somebody who attended an event in the past would like to refer someone else to the event that they feel would be great addition or would really benefit from what happens here. Then the referral is a way for them to get at a different price point that was seen earlier and experience what they experience as well. Plus, those referrals tend to be great for partnering with the original person that referred them, especially if they're going to the event too, and to kind of shepherd them in and to have them understand what to do and what's expected beyond the written and video content that we produce. So that's it. That's pretty much everything about the Global Virtual Design Sprint, including the snafu for the shared screen before. What I'll do really fast is just to check to make sure that if there's any Q&A, and it don't look like there is, I'll check the live stream really fast, and I will pause the screen this time so that it is completely protected. And there's one person, and there's no chat. There's no chat at all. So great, we are good. So if you are watching this recording in the future, thank you for your patience, and sorry about the little bit of panic I had with making sure that my screen wasn't shared and talking to the ether. But if you are interested in getting involved with this, you can go to virtualdesignsprint.com. And you can also contact me on LinkedIn. Just look for Robert Scrobe. And that all my contact information is there as well. So thank you very much for watching. Hope the rest of your week goes well. And if you ever want to reach out, just find me on LinkedIn, and I'm even on Clubhouse. So look me up there by name. Thanks a lot. Talk to you later. Hope your week is well. And I'm trying to stop the share. I'm trying to stop the whole thing. See you later. Bye-bye.